mentioned the supplements were high in deuterium, I wouldn't really worry. Supplements have got so little stuff in them that it's just irrelevant. It's pretty much irrelevant from a deuterium perspective, because the volume is too small to worry about. Now, it depends what supplements we're talking about. If we're talking about protein powders, yes, and that's why I don't do protein powders. So I want the stuff, the level of deuterium that would be in food, not the level of deuterium that's in powders, which is even higher. Now, we need some deuterium in our collagen structures to give them rigidity, and especially in our bones, because it's mineralized collagen, but we don't want too much. Too much can be a problem where we get stiffness. This is why sometimes I was talking to an naturopath a while back, and he basically he'd actually consumed a lot of seed oils, so had a lot of deuterium built up in his fat cells, lost rapidly weight, and ended up, damaging a lot of his mitochondria, and also putting a lot of deuterium into his collagen structures, and he felt like he was stiff as. So he'd gone low carb, but he was just so stiff, he couldn't believe it. He was struggling with stiffness and joint problems and all sorts of things just by losing rapidly weight on a keto type diet without taking into consideration his past exposure. And this will be an issue for many other people if they're rapidly losing weight and not deuterium depleting or diluting the level of deuterium in their system. This could be a problem if they've been exposed to high deuterium foods in the past and they've stored that in their fat cells. So it's an issue. I have talked about it in regards to cancer. I did a video ages ago, I think 2 years ago, which sort of covers that point. I may throw it back in the actual in the community posts so people can actually see it and look at it. So yeah, look, it's taurine in the free form. We don't want to bound to anything. We want it in the free form. It's a less of an issue in that regard because it's sulfonic acid. Sulfonic acid isn't the same. It's not. You can't oxidize, and it doesn't, and it's not used as a structural material. So it's not used in. It may be involved in regulatory things and a whole lot of other things in the body, but it's not used as structural material. So even if it was high in deuterium, which it's not, compared to many other powders and supplements, it still wouldn't be a problem because it's not used as in that regard. But no, it's not an issue as long as it's in the free form, which is usually produced in North America and also I think Germany is the other place. Now, the stuff they produce, the manufacturing process that's produced in China for L-taurine is different slightly. That will have high deuterium levels. And the reason why it have high deuterium levels, also because of the process that they use and the water that they use, puts back far more. It's a bit like, when you do refined oils, that it's sort of because of the water content used and some of the solvents and many other things that are used in the manufacturing process, what ends up happening, it actually adds more deuterium or this heavy, sort of heavy water or heavy hydrogen into the actual system. So it's a manufacturing issue. So I would never buy anything with L-taurine in it completely. So I buy the free form, which is manufactured differently and doesn't have the same issues in terms of deuterium and many other. And it's not only deuterium, there's a lot of other chemicals from the solvents and many other things, or little trace elements that are left behind. So I would stay away from that crap. It's cheaper. That's why it's cheap. You can actually buy big one of the L-taurine 1 kilogram bags and all sorts of things at very low prices for for $10-20 depending on where you're getting it from. But that's why I don't buy it. I'll buy little containers like that, which I'm paying $30-40 for. So It is what it is.